The exterior inspection is performed after the safety exterior inspection and the preliminary cockpit preparation. It ensures that the overall condition of the aircraft and that all visible components and equipment are safe for the following flight. During this inspection, the parking brake must be on to allow the flight crew to check the brake wear indicators. The pilot has to verify the structure for impact damage. He must also check that there are no fluid leaks and all the access panels and doors are closed securely. If the landing gear door is open, the maintenance crew must be contacted before applying hydraulic power. In cold weather conditions, the surfaces must also be verified to ensure that they are clean of snow, ice or frost, or that any contamination is within prescribed limits. Conventionally, the exterior inspection starts at the left forward fuselage. Check the condition of the captain and standby angle of attack probes and verify that the first officer and captain static ports are clean with their covers removed. Also verify that the avionics equipment ventilation air inlet valve is not obstructed or damaged. The oxygen bay must be closed and the green crew oxygen overboard discharge indicator must be in place. If the disc is missing, it indicates an overpressure of the crew oxygen system. Let's now move to the nose of the aircraft. Ensure that the two pitot probes and the standby static port are both clean and that their covers are removed. Examine the conditions of the two TAT probes. Check that the radome has no signs of cracking, deformation, lightning or bird strikes. Also verify that the radome latches are correctly locked. Check the second standby static port and the first officer pitot probe. Then make sure that the forward avionics compartment door is closed. If the ground electrical power is connected, the security strap must be hooked to prevent the plug from falling out. When external power is not required, the ground electrical power door must be closed. On the nose landing gear, the nose wheel chocks must be in place. Check the wheels and tires for cuts and cracks. Ensure that the park brake indicator light is illuminated, showing that the park brake is set. Verify the structure of the nose gear and check that the taxi, takeoff and turn-off lights are not damaged. Make sure that there are no leaks from hydraulic lines and that electrical wires are free of damage. Observe that the wheel well is in good condition and that the nose gear safety pin is removed. Moving to the right-hand forward fuselage, verify that the right and aft avionics compartment doors are closed. Check the condition of the avionics equipment ventilation air outlet valve. Also check that the first officer and captain static ports are clean and their covers are removed. Ensure that the first officer angle of attack probe is not damaged. While moving to the lower center fuselage, according to the loading operation status, verify that the forward cargo door and its selector panel are properly closed. Do not forget to verify all the antennas. On the lower center fuselage, verify that the potable water drain panel is closed and check the condition of the drain mast. Then, make sure that the low and high pressure ground connections doors and the ram air inlet flap are closed. Also check the anti-collision light. Verify that the magnetic fuel level indicator is flush with the fuselage and that the pack's air intake and outlet are not obstructed. Then check the yellow hydraulic bay door. Now let's look at the right-hand center wing. Verify that the magnetic fuel level indicators are flush with the wing and check that there are no leaks from the fuel water drain valve. Going to the wing leading edge, check the condition of the landing light and verify that slat 1 is not damaged and that its position is in accordance with the slat's flaps lever position. When reaching the left-hand side of engine 2, check that all the doors are closed and latched. Moving to the front of the engine, verify that the engine inlet and the fan blades are not damaged. On the right-hand side of engine 2, also check that all doors are closed and latched. Verify that the turbine exhaust is clean. And under the engine, check that the drain mast is in good condition, with no significant leaks. Also check the pylon for condition and make sure that its access panels are closed. Walking to the right-hand wing leading edge, check the condition of the slats. Verify that the fuel level indicators are flush with the wing and that there is no leak from the fuel water drain valves. Make sure that the fuel panel and the refuel coupling door are closed. Note that the fuel panel can also be located on the center fuselage, just below the right wing. Verify that the surge tank air inlet is clear and that the overpressure disc is not missing. Then ensure that the navigation lights and the wingtip are not damaged. From behind the wing trailing edge, check the top of fuselage antennas. On the wing, verify that the static dischargers are not broken or missing. Then check that the fairings, flaps, and control surfaces are not damaged. Let's now have a look at the right-hand landing gear. First, verify that the chocks have been removed. Examine the wheels and tires for wear, cuts, or cracks. With the parking brake on, check the brakes for wear and their brake wear indicators. If a brake wear pin is almost flush with the guide, the brake should be replaced. Check the torque link damper and the hydraulic lines for condition. Observe the landing gear main structure and the downlock springs. Ensure that the safety pin is removed. On the fuselage, the yellow ground hydraulic connection door must be closed, and the shroud fuel drain must be clear of leaks. Moving to the right-hand aft fuselage, to the rear of the aircraft, check the VHF-2 antenna. According to the loading operations progress, verify that the cargo door and its selector panel are closed and latched. Verify in the same way the bulk door if fitted. The potable water service panel and the toilet service access door. Check the conditions of the outflow valve and the drain mast, and verify the closure of the flight recorder access door. When reaching the tail, ensure that the right-hand stabilizer and elevator are not damaged. Check in the same way the fin and the rudder. Verify that all the static dischargers are in good condition. Below the aircraft, ensure that the lower fuselage structure has no cracks or shows no scratches from tail strike on the runway. From behind the aircraft, check the conditions of the APU exhaust and the rear navigation light. Ensure that the APU access door is closed and that the oil cooler air outlet is clean. Verify that there are no leaks from the drain. Then verify that the APU air intake is clean and the fire extinguisher overpressure red disc is in place. Moving along the aft left side of the fuselage, verify that the static dischargers are not damaged. Check the conditions of the left-hand stabilizer and the left side of the rudder. When reaching the center fuselage, ensure that all these doors are closed and latched. Ground hydraulic connection blue and green doors and hydraulic reservoir filling door. The left-hand landing gear is inspected as the right-hand one. Verify the general aspect of the landing gear and its components, and particularly ensure that the chocks and the safety pin are removed. On the left trailing edge, verify the control surfaces, the flaps and the fairing. Check that the static dischargers are not damaged or missing. On the leading edge, verify the wing tip and the navigation light, the overpressure disc and the surge tank air inlet. Below the wing, the fuel water drain valve and fuel level indicators, the slats. On engine 1, like for engine 2, verify the pylon, the turbine exhaust, the drain mast, the closure of all doors, and the front of the engine. And then going to the left center wing, make sure that the fuel level indicators are flush with the wing, the fuel water drain valves have no leaks. Verify the landing light and the closure of the ram air turbine door and the hydraulic reservoir pressurization door. Finally, check slat 1 for condition. The A320 exterior inspection is now completed. Do not forget to check that there are no obstructions in the vicinity of the aircraft that could impede pushback or taxi. You can then come back to the cockpit and continue the flight preparation.